Barcelona lost this weekend to Real Sociedad. Real Madrid won their game. What does the La Liga table look like? What's up, guys? Welcome to Top Afrik Radio. And this is Afrik Sports Arena, not the boxing one. So if you just join us, remember to share and like and also subscribe and be part of this amazing community. Today we'll be looking at the African Cup of Nations finals. Yes, Senegal versus Morocco. What really transpired in this game? And also, Manchester Derby happened this weekend, and it was absolutely the other way around. Michael Carrick is actually doing quite well. Let's see. Let's not praise. We'll get into details of that as well. As Liam Rosino is also doing quite okay at Chelsea. We have Liverpool. What is wrong with Liverpool, guys? But hey, we'll be getting you into details of Liverpool games as well, and also the world of football, what is going on for sure. Let me know your opinions. Champions League is also coming this weekend, midweek for sure, Tuesday, and then Wednesday is Champions of Champion. If you are not champion, you can't be there. And hey, I am your host, Ashile. And if you just join us, let me know your opinions in the comment section as well. Whoever the cap fits, let them wear it. So this weekend, I don't know who actually was able to sit on the throne. A lot was saying Pep Guardiola, Manchester City is quite okay. But on the other hand, Carrick, with his first game as an interim coach, as Manchester United, it didn't really quite go well with Pep Guardiola. Is it tactics or what actually went on? Barcelona fans, they keep on saying it's the referee that actually caused them in this game against Real Sociedad. We'll get into that as well and see whether it was the referee or what is really transpiring. But then, guys, African Cup of Nations yesterday finals between Senegal, Senegal and Morocco. I don't know what is going on, guys. This African Cup of Nations, it has been absolutely fantastic. Over 120 goals scored in this African Cup of Nations, more than ever. No African Cup of Nations has it been so much goals than this season on. But then this finals was trying to maybe, I don't know whether Nigerians said it was the Ghanaian referee who cheated them against the host nation, Morocco. And now Senegal to walk out of the pitch. What do you think, guys? Is it the walking out of the pitch that was a problem, or the decisions of both the referee and the VAR actually make them walk out of the stadium for sure? Senegal coach apologized. Will you accept his apology? Let me know your opinions as well, because this game was absolutely the most, I cannot say the most boring finals, but then it was a kind of respected finals with both countries absolutely not giving their best. But in the end, Morocco, they didn't do well, because over thousands of fans in the stadium supporting Morocco. And in the end, do you think Brahim Diaz is the cause of Morocco loss in these finals? Or maybe Brahim Diaz needed to just not play the penalty as well, or he just needed to score it, whichever way you want it. Let me know in your opinions. For sure, this was a game that highly anticipated. People have a lot of mindset into this game, but in the end, just after 8 minutes of added time in 90 minutes, and then in 7 minutes of the 8 minutes, referee got a penalty for Morocco, and Senegal were not happy with the decisions. Well, I don't know your opinion, and I don't know what you think. I don't think Senegal actually walk out of the pitch just because of that penalty. But because earlier in the game, they did score a goal and referee cancelled it. Both the referee and the VAR actually cancelled the goal and said it was a foul. But was that a foul? Well, so if they were able to cancel the goal and also take a penalty against them, probably it wasn't a fair deal for Senegal. So the coach said he incited the players to actually walk out of the pitch. So he apologized to that. But then upon coming back, we thought, yeah, the game has finished, because this was a penalty that if Morocco score, that could have been the end of it. For 50 years, Morocco haven't had they haven't laid their hands on this trophy. 50 years. It just had to take them to score a penalty to get this trophy. But then Brahim Diaz, the Real Madrid star, failed to score that goal, and the giant goalkeeper of Senegal, Edouard Mendy, stood his ground. Yeah, I don't know whether he wanted to flick the ball. I don't know whether he wanted to do catcher, or what was he actually thinking. And up to date, I'm not sure whether Moroccan fans or Morocco football fans will forgive Brahim Diaz. Maybe he's still wrapping it in his mind to get a way out of it. But then it is already too late. In extra minutes first half, after missing the penalty, they went on extra minute. What really happened? Pape Gaye, not Idrissa Gana, no. This is Pape Ganaye. He had strike a goal in against Morocco, and that was it. And Senegal has laid their hands on the trophy yesterday. Yes, this competition have been absolutely incredible for sure. And hey, Mohamed Salah didn't actually get Egypt in any case, and he didn't get that much. But then Brahim Diaz took his trophy as leading goal scorer in the tournament, and Sadio Mane as the best player of the tournament as well. And then Bruno, the goalkeeper of Morocco, had the golden gloves for sure. What are your opinions on that? Let me know in the comment section. If you just join us, let me know what you think about this awards being given. Was that fair? Do they deserve that awards? Let me know for sure. But then, hey, it is what it is. Whether you like it or not, they've already taken their awards. Senegals are the champions of Africa. Yes, Senegal are the champions of Africa. Premier League this weekend started with a Manchester derby. Yeah. If you know derby, you know derby. It's not all about your form. It's not all about you can dribble, you can play possession and all that. No, derby is about the day, who has the mentality, who has the capacity to deliver. And hey, Manchester derby, it wasn't easy though, but Pep Guardiola found himself wanting in Manchester derby. It didn't even look like this is Manchester United playing against City in Etihad, in Old Trafford. But then it took the interim coach, Michael Carrick. If you know, you know. This is former Manchester United player. He understands the value of this derby. He understands how this derby works. He has been playing for United for about so many years, and then he came in as an interim coach before, win some 2 games and also draw 1. And also, it took him another game again to win in Old Trafford. It was a massive win. They needed it. But this loss to Pep Guardiola, how does it look in the Premier League table? Does it give Arsenal that momentum to gather, or does it give Arsenal that momentum that they could actually lay their hands on the trophy? Well, we'll get to that for sure. But then, hey, it wasn't easy at all. I look at Manchester United with the defensive setup. Harry Maguire got back into the defense with their African players, Amad Diallo and also Mbeumo, getting back into the squad. Looks like they were serious about the business of the day. And hey, they took the game to City. And I think for sure, if you will bear me, Manchester United was the better side of the day. Even though City had a lot of possession in the game, they had a lot of possession in the game, but when you look at tactical discipline, you look at the formation, you look at mentality, you look at chances creation, and United was far, far, far better than Manchester City. Well, someone might say yes, City had a lot of players out for sure, particularly their defensive line is not actually working. The likes of Diaz, the likes of Kivadio were not absolutely present in this game. But then it doesn't really matter. United looks better because their forward lines were ready. And you look at the transition, you look at midfield, the way they handle from defense to midfield, you see City was really struggling in the game. And if United keep that, guys, if United are able to keep this, I don't know how far they will go. But mind you, Michael Carrick, if you are a Manchester United fan, I repeat it again. If you are Manchester United fan, what's your thought on the coaching job of Manchester United? Carrick got that momentum. He won that game. He has been an interim coach again in United. For about 4 games now, he has not been able to defeat or lose any of them. Do you think he's the right man for the job, or you think they need to look around and get someone? But then you just don't need to think far. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, yeah, if you know, you know. He's also a Manchester United former player and also former coach who had a beef from the old owners of Manchester United. I think he's actually linked with this job. What do you make up of between these two coaches? Do you think they could probably make it happen? I don't know, but what do you think? Because I think Oli didn't. He wasn't given enough time to get things settled at Manchester United. But then Cristiano Ronaldo arrival also make a lot of people think he should be winning something for Manchester United. And I think that was the main factor, and that was the main reason why he was absolutely depart his ways with Manchester United then. But he is ready to come back. But Carrick have done massively well. The real test, this wasn't a test because this was a derby. And a derby, it doesn't really matter your form. The real test is coming weekend when United will be facing Arsenal in Emirates Sports Stadium, away from their comfort zone, away from home. And then Emirates, well, Arsenal are top of the league table. But let's see whether that one could be the real test for United boys for sure. So let's look at next week what will be coming. If you think it's going to be a real deal for Manchester United, let me know in the comment section for sure. Pep Guardiola, guys, I don't really understand what is going on with Pep Guardiola. At the end of the day, it was just the win the game and cover the points between him and Arsenal. But then he didn't even get a point out of United in Old Trafford. And as it stands right now, the gap opened a little bit because Arsenal could not get their could not also utilize their opportunity to extend the gap between them and City. So now 7 points between City and Arsenal. But do you still think Arsenal are capable of winning this trophy? Let me know in your comment section. Let me know in the comment section for sure. But then Arsenal had to play against Nottingham Forest. The Cities took Arsenal by surprise. They took Arsenal by storm. Yeah, if you watch that game, you understand that Sean Dyche didn't actually take the job to joke. He took the job to take Nottingham Forest from their relegation zone to something else. And guys, that game was absolutely massive. But then, could you blame Arteta for his lineup, for his selection, or his formation? Which one will you blame him of? Because the game was there. City lost the game, win and then extended, but then At the end of the day, Ebereche was benched. Yeah, Gabriel Jesus was on bench. And at the end of the day, all of them needed to come in, but it wasn't still enough for Arsenal to get that valuable 3 points. And points was shared in the City Stadium between Arsenal and Nottingham Forest. And this is why we talked about Premier League. Sometimes it's not about the big team, it's not about the big club, and it's not about the big name. When you go and you don't show up that mentality, you have that capability. Yes, a small team will disgrace you, but then thanks to Sean Dyke, Nottingham Forest got a point out of Arsenal, and he really kept City still hoping that they could catch up with the Gunners. But let's see how it's gonna end up here. Stamford Bridge was also buzzing. A London derby for sure against Brentford. That was a first Premier League game for Chelsea new manager, Liam Rosinho, or Rosinia, or whatever you call it. This guy actually, I don't know. I don't know what to say about him, because this is his first Premier League game, and the most important thing is get your 3 points and you go ahead. And people said he's so arrogant. People said he speaks too much, but then his works has to also say for it. And he always say he knows what he does best, and he knows what he can do. And he's not go after losing against Arsenal in the EFL Cup first leg semi-finals. He made mention that he is not gonna blame or start putting blames for losing one game, or he's not gonna stop for just losing a game, or he's going to give excuses of that. No, he is here to win games as he maneuver his way to maintain the team to play his football. He also wants to be winning games. And in the weekends on Saturday, yes, Rosinho against Brentford. Yeah, if you know, you know. These two guys, when they meet, it's like it doesn't look like salt and water. Rosinho, Chelsea got that 3 valuable points in Stamford Bridge, and for sure 2 goals. The likes of Cole Palmer was back, Reece James was back, and Caicedo was also back. I think all of them were missing in the game against Arsenal, where they lost 3-2. But then second leg is still there. Rosinho said, yeah, the Gunners, we are coming to Emirates Sports Stadium. Don't rest, because he wants to give it to them. What do you make up of Chelsea performance this weekend under Liam Rosinho? Because he's just a new coach coming in, and he has been able to at least 2 wins and also 1 loss. It's not bad at all, but then we can still judge him based on the FA Cup 1 match, League Cup 1 match, and also Premier League 1 match. I still get my reservation. I just need to keep my thoughts for now, because one thing you need to understand, talking in press conferences is totally different from doing your job. But so far, so good for the Blues. Let's see how it's really going to be happening. Guys, I don't know what is really going on with the Tottenham Hotspurs. I don't know. Do you think Frank has been absolutely doing quite well with Tottenham? Because I just can't understand. I just don't get it, guys. And let me know your thoughts on Tottenham, because this weekend it really didn't work well again with Tottenham for sure, because they needed that massive win here. They needed to get on and make it a big deal for themselves. But then it was also a derby of Tottenham in the Tottenham Sports Stadium, and also West Ham United. We saw West Ham United struggling a lot this season, and yet Tottenham lost to West Ham United by 2-1. And Mohamed Kudus was not there due to an injury. And well, let's see how it's really unpacking for Tottenham? Do you think the fans should actually still give him the benefit of the doubt to still keep the job? I don't know whether this is a problem of the coach, the players, or the board or management. I don't know. But then this is a Tottenham. Whenever league starts, they just get on scoring. But when it gets to the middle and then they look like a soaked beans. Yeah, you cannot control it again. But guys, let me know. Do you think Thomas Frank should absolutely keep that job for a while, or he should be given that way? I don't know how to say it, but then what's your opinion on Tottenham? But then Liverpool, I don't know what is should Alonso. A lot of people were saying that Xabi Alonso being sacked or parted ways with Real Madrid, and his slot is under pressure now because Liverpool, Xabi Alonso is also a former player or a former star of Liverpool, and for him to come back there is a possibility because Liverpool are not thriving very well this season. But then this is an Slot that actually won the Premier League last season. But as of now, Ghanaians will say things things are not going well now. Can you imagine in Anfield, when you look at Liverpool in Anfield under Jurgen Klopp, it was a fortress. It was a place when you come, no matter who you are, you need to bow to Liverpool. You need to bow to the rest. But I can't wrap it around my head, and I can't just think far that Burnley, Burnley, I don't even know if you ask me where they are. They are on the league table. I'm even ashamed to mention their place on the league table. For sure, just bottom of the league table. Came to Anfield, had a point against Liverpool. Guys, do you think this Champions League coming, do you think Liverpool can still wrap it around? Because I don't know, but this is not what I actually wanted to see. The rest absolutely doing well in this game, but then it's just not working. Burnley got that valuable points against Liverpool once again. The likes of Van Dijk, McAllister, just name them, Gravenberg, what have you? I don't know what is really happening with this Liverpool team. They are so uncomfortable when you get a goal against them. They are so, guys, do you think Arne Slot, if he's going to keep the job by the end of the season, where do you think Liverpool is going to end? Because I thought things were getting better with Arne Slot and Liverpool and the players. But it just looked like same story, same old story, and they cannot just wrap it around against Burnley in Anfield. And I'm still thinking, like, what's really happening with Liverpool? What's really happening with Liverpool? And the Slot side dropped once again points that they could have actually needed since the top, like Arsenal, Manchester City, and all that drop points. You could have actually win to gain some points in order to match up with this as defending champions for sure. But then it just looked like old story Liverpool. Old story Liverpool. Alisson was on goal post. Let's see what is going to happen because Soboslai was also in there. Viz was also in there. And they just cannot get... And not to talk of Ekitike. Ekitike was also striking for Liverpool, but then it still didn't work for them with the likes of Burnley. I don't know what I can say, but guys, let me know what you think. And if you just join us and you are new, still remember to hit the subscription button, like and share the video. This is Afrik Sports Arena, and it's not about boxing, it's about football. And sometimes these teams, I don't know what is really going on, but it is what it is, and it is absolutely what it is. Crystal Palace, Glasner, Crystal Palace. You all know Glasner absolutely tried his best, and then he always tried to keep his players. He always tried to do something about his players, but it looks like, yeah, Oliver Glasner will not be continuing with Crystal Palace next season. He made it clear. He made it clear to them, and he has stated his reason. If you know, you know. He said, how can he be a coach? Last season, they wanted to sell their Capitano. He said when he go, he won't stay. But they still try to sell him, but the deal didn't actually source to Liverpool. Yes, it didn't source. And now, according to Oliver Glasner, they sold the player without informing him. And a day to the match, he has noticed that his captain and his massive defender is going to be missing in that game. And so this wasn't the first time. And so he is going to part ways. He's not going to renew his contract next season for Crystal Palace. And for sure, Crystal Palace lost their game to Sunderland, 2-1. Yes, this is a Crystal Palace this season. This is a coach that won the FA Cup for Crystal Palace. He's the one who came and transformed the team since last season to this season, and they have been dominating. And things of this nature happening in, it looks like, yeah, it's just not working for sure. But then, McGahey, yeah, he has joined Manchester City. We all know City have a lot of defensive injury play or injured players, but hey, McGahey have joined Manchester City. Last season, he nearly went to Liverpool, but then I don't know what happened. Things change. And in the football, I always say it, when it comes to transfer window, until the player is in the pitch playing for the club, you can't be certain that he's going to that club. But then he has changed and swerve his way to Manchester City. Well, let me know what you think. Will he be getting his way in City defense? Well, we all know the Ghanaian star, Anton Semenyo, upon joining the club, I thought maybe he would have found it very difficult in settling with Pep Guardiola's system, but then it looks like he can't just stop scoring. So for sure, let's good luck to McGahey for sure for joining Manchester City in this competition or in this Premier League or this transfer window for sure. Guys, I don't know what you think about La Liga. This weekend, La Liga was absolutely on point. This weekend, yeah, Real Madrid have sacked their coach and they think it wasn't possible to win the La Liga again. But then, after losing to the division side, Albacete, 3-2. Yes, a lot of fans actually give up on Real Madrid. that game really bust my mind. And I can't understand why an interim coach who just take a job, who was with the team for several times, take the job and went to Copa del Rey and could not actually win against a division side, Albacete. Like, I can't wrap it around my head. I don't know what you think about that. But then they needed to keep their momentum. They needed to keep that fight back in this weekend La Liga game against Levante. Yes. So Real Madrid got it right this time round against Levante. And initially there was 4 points between Real Madrid and Barcelona. So Barcelona in the end went to Real Sociedad. They could not get the valuable 3 points, even a single point out there. It wasn't working for Barcelona. But then a lot of fans keep on saying, oh, it's the referee. But this game, you look at it critically. You look at it in a holistic way. You sometimes, I don't know how I should say it, guys, but then sometimes you just work everything out, but then it's just not working. 5 times Barcelona hit the woodworks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. 3 goals have been cancelled for Barcelona. They scored 3 goals. VAR looked into it and said, no, this is not for you, Barcelona. This is not a goal for you. And so, looking at it, the fans are not happy with the officiating. They are not happy with what actually transpired. But remember, this is not the only Barcelona. Yes, Real Sociedad also scored almost 2 or 1 goal has been cancelled as well. And they got red card in addition in the ending of the game. So what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Let me know what you think. But currently, it's like, yeah, now 1 point between the two sides. Now, the battle is on their own hands. Real Madrid destiny is in their own hands. Barcelona destiny is in their own hands. But I don't know who could be winning the La Liga this season for sure, because it's still shady. But I think Real Madrid, maybe they will be kind of regretting for sacking Xabi, or maybe they will have to appoint a coach immediately, because I don't think Abiloa will be able to keep this momentum of Real Madrid to get that trophy. But then, I don't know, it's a rumor for sure. Former Real Madrid star Toni Kroos says this season he doesn't think Real Madrid will win a major trophy this season. What's your say on that? I don't know what you might be thinking about that, but then we know what Toni Kroos is made up of, and he's still with Real Madrid as a coach. Or for sure, let me know what you think, because this guy, if he comes out to say this, I'm not sure, but it's a rumor that Real Madrid might not get a major trophy this season. So Barcelona still leads with 1 point, and they still have that momentum. Do you think Hansen Flick will be able to get it right by winning the La Liga this season once again? Let me know your opinions for sure. It took only Marcus Rashford to come from the bench to get that goal for Barcelona, but then it wasn't enough to equalize that 2 goals, and it ended 2-1. Real Sociedad give it to Barcelona, wutu. And I don't know how I'm gonna put it and how I'm really gonna. So Real Madrid fans are happy that now it's 1 point. But the question is, do you think Real Madrid is capable of getting into this top of the La Liga table? No, there's still 1 point. And 1 point is not easy to come by. And the rest of the games, win are win. So whoever default is his own cup of tea. I don't know. But then, guys, let me know what you think about La Liga for sure. And by the end of the episode, probably we'll be looking into the table of. I didn't actually talk about the Premier League table and also the La Liga table, but then let me take you through the results of La Liga this weekend. For sure, Real Madrid 2, Levante 0, Mallorca 3-2 against Athletic Club. I don't understand Athletic Club recently. They are not just with Nico Williams and his brother this season. It's like they are not actually getting that pieces together. But let's see what is going to happen with World Cup season. I need them to bring that momentum so that they could actually perform in the World Cup for sure. Osasuna also won their game against Real Oviedo with 3-2, and also Real Betis won against Villarreal 2-0 for sure. And we have We have Getafe also lost to Valencia 1-0, and Real Atletico Madrid won 1-0 against Deportivo Alaves. Celta Vigo also won against Rayo Vallecano 3-0. And lastly, Barcelona lost 2-1 in favor of Real Sociedad. So, guys, let me know what you think and let me know your opinions for sure. But then, Bundesliga was not actually left out in this competition. I always tell you, when you come to Bundesliga, you need to German Bundesliga. When sometimes you don't look at but Masa, what can I also say? It looks like. I just cannot. I don't know how I'm gonna put it, but then St. Pauli Dortmund home. St. Pauli did very well because they just need to come out of the relegation zone. They need to actually be up and doing it in their dealings, but then it's just not working for St. Pauli right now for sure. But whatever it is, let's see how it's really gonna work out. But St. Pauli is in the relegation zone and they lost to Dortmund 3-2. I think they nearly actually 3-3, but then Dortmund is always Dortmund, and for sure you need to understand this kind of situation is always difficult, and it's always kind of a big dealing for St. Pauli. But I don't know how they are really going to be dealing with. But Dortmund this season, they are not in capacity to get the league for sure, because Bayern Munich have been absolutely on form under the management of Vincent Kompany. Yes, he has been doing quite perfecto for sure. Bayern really, well, one thing you need to understand is Bayern, they are leading the table with a VAR margin, and for sure, I don't think any of these clubs will actually get near. And now it's still 11 points with a game. Yeah, 11 points still to go. But I don't think how is it really going to be. This is just the second half of the league table that just started. So let's see how it's really going to be. But on the table, Bayern still leading with Dortmund second, and also Hoffenheim in the third position with Stuttgart fourth. RB Leipzig, I don't know what is happening with them, and Bayer Leverkusen. Leverkusen under it's not really quite okay. Last season they were doing quite perfect, but then this season, after selling almost their stars, then it's still not working for them. It has to take a lot of time for them to get on board for sure. But guys, let me know your thoughts on Bundesliga this season. What do you think? Your favorite team? Could your favorite team maintain that situation for sure? HSV actually did quite very well at home here. Wolfsburg, they did very, very, very well over there with 0-0 drawing with Mönchengladbach. For sure, this game was, I needed HSV to win it. They had the opportunity to win this game because Mönchengladbach, they are not absolutely doing perfect this season. They are not the Mönchengladbach we used to know gone at the days in Champions League, in Europa, in wherever. But then this season is not actually working quite perfect. But then for HSV to actually get that 1 point against them is still something that we need to. Hamburg is really, really happy. They are very, very lucky to get two Premier Bundesliga teams working on, but then it's not working for St. Pauli right now. They are in the relegation zone. Could they get their way out of that situation? Let me know in your opinion. Guys, I don't know what you are thinking about this midweek, but something beautiful is happening this midweek for sure. Something massive is really happening this week for sure, and it's all about the champions of champions. Champions League is here once again. We are back, and we are back again. Midweek is always exciting when you have that kind of competition buzzing for yourself. And guys, it is just what it is, and it is absolutely what it is for sure. Champions League is here, and Champions League is just at our doorsteps. Let me know your opinions for sure, because this we are still in the preliminary stages where the groupings are there. Arsenal still topping the group, and they are the only team keeping their 100% record in this competition. For sure, they are leading the table as at this moment. But then we have the likes of Kairat Almaty. Will be facing Club Brugge for sure. This game there, I know, is just going to be it will be very difficult though, because we know for Champions League, if you don't hold yourself very well, you might get a lot of surprises. And for sure, Club Brugge, with the kind of performance they had this season, drawing Barcelona 3-3 at home in this stage of the competition, probably you need them to win against Almighty. Kairat Almighty. But then sometimes it is what it is. But then if I were the one, I'll go for Club Brugge winning this game. Yes, Manchester City has not been good for Manchester City so far, so good. But then it's a mixed kind of performance, inconsistency for Manchester City. But for them to be playing away from home against Bodo, probably you should see Manchester City nailing this down for sure. But I don't know what you could be thinking, but City could just get it happen. And Copenhagen, Napoli will also be getting their way into this competition, and this fixture is really gonna be very tough, because sometimes Napoli too, they have the men out there, the likes of Kevin De Bruyne. It's like, yeah, their coach, I said their coach, their striker is really injured. Yeah, so they kind of find it very difficult for sure. But then they have the men out there. Kevin De Bruyne have been steering the affairs of Napoli this season, and they are doing quite well in Italian Serie A. But then, as at this moment, I don't know what is really going to happen in Copenhagen. But you expect Napoli to absolutely maybe win or draw in this competition. With Inter Milan Arsenal, this is the game of the week for sure. Or game on Tuesday. This is a game for the day. On Tuesday, Inter Milan will be hosting Arsenal. This is a Arsenal team that is topping the league table for sure. And Inter Milan is on the 6th position. And remember, on the league table from 1 to 8, they have qualified automatically. And from 9 to 20 something, they will also play for sure before they can actually qualify to the next stage of the competition. So let me know which of your favorite team will be qualifying automatically. And so for us at this moment, with Arsenal still topping the group, you need them to actually qualify automatically. But Inter Milan is also in the 6th position, so they wouldn't want to go out of this position for sure. So it's going to be a master of a game, a tactical game for sure. And we know Arsenal have the men there. They have the men to actually deliver at the end of the day. But in San Siro, you cannot take Inter Milan out of this game. You cannot take them out of this game, and for sure, you expect them to actually be doing their way or getting their way into this game for sure. But guys, let me know what you think. Let me know your opinions, and if you just join me, remember to subscribe. I have, yes, Dr. Amma is here for sure. Dr. Amma said, please, you are reporting about AFCON. The finals need to be reviewed. But they have already given the trophy and they have already done everything. That's what they've been saying, and I'm not sure any finals could be. Even though, yeah, you just reminded me, Morocco have absolutely laid a complaint about the walkout of the pitch for sure, but I don't think maybe something will happen, doctor. But let's see what is going to happen, maybe in case it turns, because this is Africa. Anything can happen for sure. Thank you very much for the comments, Dr. Amma. Greetings, Dr. Bako. Thank you very much. And we have Eunice Nyaku Yunus is here, so for sure. He said great. And we also have Mohammed Fuseni is watching. Mohammed, thank you, Fuseni. Thank you very much for coming on board for sure. But guys, let me know what you think about the Champions League. Arsenal versus Inter Milan in San Siro for sure. Probably both teams will be scoring for sure because I don't think Inter will just allow Arsenal to go scot free like that. But let's see how it's really gonna be working in that situation for sure. But we also have Olympiacos versus Bayern Leverkusen. It's a Game of Thrones though, but Bayern, I think they beat Manchester City, or was it which team? Yeah, I think, or Liverpool. Yeah, Liverpool. They beat Liverpool in the competition for sure. But traveling to Olympiacos, I don't know how it's really going to work. But I think both teams should be scoring for sure. But Real Madrid will be also hosting Monaco in Santiago Bernabeu, the University of Football Club. But this time round, it's not just working for Real Madrid, but against Monaco in Champions League. Sometimes when it comes to Champions League, you always said, yeah, Real Madrid, whatever they are doing in the league, but when it comes to Champions League, they deliver. But this is not the Real Madrid we used to know, because for the interim coach to lose against Albacete, 3-0, and then Levante this weekend winning 2-0, I still don't believe maybe he can actually take out the pieces from Monaco. But then let's see, this is Santiago Bernabeu and anything could be happening. And for sure, Real Madrid, I can't be sure, but then they will be able to get the 3 valuable points. And maybe for sure, Sporting PSG absolutely all the way. We have the likes of Luis Enrique, since taking over in this job, we have seen him massively getting involved in Champions League, won the trophy last season, and for defending champions, you don't actually need them to lose, or maybe lose a game against Sporting as at this moment. But let's see, anything can happen. It's Champions League, so if you are not champion, you cannot be here. But whatever be the case, let's see how it's really gonna be working, guys. But whatsoever it is, let's see what is gonna happen for sure. So, guys, let me know what you think and let me know your opinions. Absolutely, we are almost getting our way, and the time is almost just getting away here. But let me know what you absolutely think about this Premier League coming next season. For sure, I already told you I'll take you through the Premier League table as a well, Arsenal still leading the table. That one we know. That one we know. But then City still leading. City still in the second position for sure with 47 points. So 7 points between Arsenal and City, with Aston Villa also failed to win their game yesterday as well, with 43 points with City, the same points but goals difference. Liverpool still in the fourth position with 36. Manchester United 35 in the fifth. Chelsea sixth position with 34 as well. And the bottom of the league table, we have West Ham, Burnley, and also Wolves absolutely on the bottom of the league table. And as we said, and then La Liga as well, Barcelona on top with 1 point difference against with Real Madrid second with 48 points. Now, Villarreal is also in the third position with 41. Atletico Madrid, fourth position, 41 points, with the same points with Villarreal. So something can still be happening in the table for sure. Espanyol, fifth with 34. And we also have Real Betis, sixth with 32. And on the bottom, we have Deportivo Alaves, Levante, and also Real Oviedo. They just came on their first La Liga this season, and they are still on the bottom of the league table. So, guys, let me know what you really think. And this takes us to the end of our. But then I have a comment coming in from Jeremiah Adax Mensa. Said, "Oh, West Ham, we shall rise up soon." Absolutely. West Ham will rise because this is an old club. This is yes, if you know football, you know that there's a reason why West Ham Sports Stadium is called London Sports Stadium for sure. So we know what West Ham can do. We know what they are capable of doing, and under the management of Nuno Desperito Santos, I think he could probably take West Ham away from the relegation zone, but things are not clear yet. The second half of the league table have just started. Let's see how it's really gonna be working. And guys, thank you very much for joining. Thank you very much for your time. Yes, once again, Afrik Sports Arena. It's not about the boxing arena, but real sports arena for sure. And hey, if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscription button. Follow us on Facebook as well, and every social media. Top Afrik Radio for sure. So, or Radio Top Afrik, whichever way you write it, try to find it, and you know the logo. So let me see you next week on Monday for sure. And remember, next week Champions League is also coming your way, and we'll be delivering every detail of fixtures and also results to you on Monday. See you. Ciao.